the Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. We the Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. We the Brown Boys. This is where it gets tricky. See, I told y'all it's all about who we like. And now that it's Young Thugger and his mother trucker did a lot of live this here lifestyle. Can't run lifestyle. This is where it gets tricky. I'm not a street cat. I'm just pointing out the fact that young cats should not go into the streets because even the street cats can't even figure out what their rules are. Now, I thought snitching was when you give somebody else up in order to cut your time. That's what I thought snitching was. You go do a crime with somebody, that's your crime. You give them up to get out of it. Hold on, man. Why my cross ain't showing? Hold on now. There you go. You give them up for you to go free. That's what I thought snitching was. But when you hear the street niggas talk about snitching, street niggas say you can't give a statement to the police. If you get your chain snatched, pop! By the street nigga rules, you can't even give a statement or talk to the police just to make an insurance claim. I've heard some people say, oh, hell no. You don't give no statements. You just say your lawyer. I need my lawyer. So, and I think that's weird. That's why I never want to be no street nigga. If somebody snatch my chain, I want to be able to say, well, this shit, I want like go get me another one, nigga. But if a street cat get his chain snatched, the only thing he can do is crash out, get his homeboy together and go ride on a nigga and hurt somebody over some depreciated jury. That it don't make sense. But law-abiding citizen would phone the police, get a police report where nobody goes to jail, take it to the insurance company, get your money back, and you can either buy a chain or you can buy some property. But a street cat, if his name show up on a police report or if he called the police, even if nobody goes to jail, you have done something wrong by the code of the street, supposedly. We done seen one cat talk to the police in an interrogation room and give information up. They call that cat a snitch. Then you have another cat, and now it's Young Thug. He's talking in the interrogation room, and people are going to say, well, he not snitching. So I told y'all, it's all about who we like. Now let's get into the video. There's a lot of people been talking about it. My boy Urban Politician did a live on it, Whack 100, and this, I don't even know who this white guy is, but let's go to this one with Whack 100 and this guy who brought this to the table. Who brought this to the table? Because I'm telling you, the stance changed when it's Young Thugger and his mother trucker. When it was Gunna, boy, everybody was piling on Gunna. I'm gonna tell. When it was Gunna, boy, Negroes piled on Gunna. When it's Ralo, Negroes piled on Ralo. And Ralo said he just lied. He just was trying to get somebody else to take the time. I told y'all, thugs don't want to go to jail either. They be like, nigga, you scared of jail. You ain't no street nigga. I'm like, wait a minute. You not scared of jail? Nigga, you institutionalized. It ain't nothing in there but niggas. I'm going to get out of jail. It ain't nothing but steak hard-leg niggas in there. So why the hell would somebody want to be in jail? Jail mean fail. So I'm thinking in my head, so you street niggas want to be in jail? This don't even make no sense. So I knew nobody wanted to be in jail. I just want to eat up on that pussy and dip. I just want to pull up and eat it and dip. Let's play this song.
It's unbelievable, man. And Gunna getting a lot of love out here. A lot of excuse making, but y'all be the judge, man. Let's get to the content.
It was crazy because I was speaking with my brother Trap. We was talking about some business. He said, Whack, you see my content? And I said, what content? He said, I'm going to send it to you. I said, Trap, my man Ghost brought this to our attention sometime back, blitzed by academics. I said, oh, and this is we got spread. I'm gonna bring Ghost on in here because Ghost is from the Atlanta area. Ghost brought this content, so I believe, according, did y'all hear? It changes the dynamics of what we hearing. So Ghost, is this what you heard, or did Trap allow you to pick up on a few more things?
I mean,
Go this snitching. This
feel,
snitching, bro.
Yeah, I feel like Trap wrapped it up real good. You know what I'm saying? He got the same type of standpoint I got from him. I feel like, and Trap can correct me if I'm wrong, but this how I feel. I feel like the biggest YSL slack is a YSL rat now, bro. Like that's just that. I mean, do you agree, Trap? Do you feel like the biggest YSL slack that turned YSL rat?
All right, here's how I see it, and this is why I felt like I had the need to break this down, because I feel like Young Thug been going so hard on the anti-ratting thing and throwing Gunna under the bus. Here's the way I see it. I'm willing to concede that this isn't snitching. A lot of gangster guys are saying this ain't snitching, but if this ain't snitching, then you can't call Gunna a snitch. If you want to say Gunna a rat for taking a plea.
And how do y'all feel? That's what most common sense people that's not in the streets, that don't understand this crazy street stuff, that's how they look at it. It's like, how can you say this for one person? And it's basically the same thing you saying about this person. Gunna stuff was just in the courtroom. He said, yes, ma'am. I was in the gang. Yes, ma'am. I did this. Yes, ma'am. This and that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And got out and started making music. Young Thug, from a street dude perspective, they said you supposed to just say lawyer. And that's not what happened here. So,
and saying yes, ma'am, then you got to say Thug a snitch too. I feel like you can't have it both ways. It points out the hypocrisy. So if street guys want to die on that hill and say this ain't snitching, then y'all can't be calling Gunna a snitch.
But did you call Gunna a snitch? Did you call Gunna a snitch when that originally happened? Did you feel like he was a rat back then?
I personally don't believe Gunna's a snitch. He took an Alford plea, and Young Thug took a no contest plea on the RICO charge, but he took a guilty plea. He took a guilty plea on the gang charge.
Stop right there, Trap. I don't give a what kind of plea he took. Within him taking that.
Now, who is this guy Trap? Because it's free range for all these white guys to talk about what all these black men are doing. It's free range for 1090 Jake, and I think this guy Trap is a white fella. It's all good for them to call out snitches. But when somebody that's black, I'm not calling no snitch out. I'm saying to these young cats, before you get into these street crap, there's a double standard for what they feel snitching is for people that they like. And if you on the wrong side of their double standard, that's your ass. And I just don't see a life in this street. These street cats, when they grow up from that street shit and they take whatever they learned from the streets into business, that's when they flourish. That's when they don't got to worry about the police. That's when they don't got to worry about nobody bothering them. They can move and shake like a man. I know it feel good. Ralo said, it's a video. I'm going to play with Ralo because all this stuff right here does is cause Negroes to fight and argue. But Ralo said he going to make $250K a month. And him and his guys are going to split $250K a month. He said 100 units at $2,500. See, he's taking his street smart ability and now he's putting that same money into real estate. Instead of packing planes with marijuana and whatever else, he's packing the bricks on the side of his walls on his apartment buildings. And that's what I hope they get from Ralo, instead of some street nigga have some money, go to jail, pay it all to the lawyer, have some more money, go to jail, pay it all to the lawyer. That cycle is lame. That's lame as I don't know what. Half of you niggas turning halfway punks in jail and coming out here with all this bravado, knowing half of y'all done been touched on, fondled, or somebody made you give up something in there. Maybe not no booty or nothing sexual, but your belongings. So why go through all this stupidity when you can turn into a businessman and move like a boss, a real boss? That's what I don't get. And so that's what Ralo is trying to teach his community. 100 units, $2,500 a month, $250K a month. If he get that accomplished, he won't have to rap. He won't have to shoot unless somebody's shooting at him. He don't have to worry about nobody. Now the lawyers that he buy or he purchased is to protect his assets and his life. He don't got to ride around with no street nigga. And the street niggas that he ride around with, if he clean their records up, and they already done been in the streets with clean records now and licensed firearms, it'd be a whole problem. And so that's how we ought to teach these young men to move, not with lipstick and makeup and always a threat to your own damn community. That's not how you move as a man to prove that you a man. You proving you are still a little boy. Our community need to move away from these guys that only think they tough if they hurting Negro. We literally are genociding on ourselves, but then blame white folk. Ralo a hypocrite? He might be a hypocrite. Everybody is a hypocrite at some point, but I'm talking about the business thing. See, we always try to find something that we disagree on. We can agree on the fact that if this young man ends up getting 100 units and getting them to rent for $2,500 a unit, then that is $250K a month. Now, focus on that. Don't focus on whether another man is a hypocrite or not, because you've been hypocritical at times, and I have too. So, yeah, let's not focus on the stuff that we can argue or take away from somebody on. We all done something, got our own shit. But what if all these brothers, what if all these rappers stop all this stupidity and getting the money just to show out and flodge and stack up money phones by their ear? And what if they all competed in a healthy way where they all was trying to stack up buildings all around the world and compete about and rap about who got the most buildings, who got the most real estate that they turnkey and that they flipping? Yeah, who sold the most real estate outside of rap? All these guys are the bank. They're their own walking real estate group, but they sit there and go buy cars and jewelry and stupid trick to you. And then as soon as they go broke, we supposed to feel bad for them when they ain't got no assets, no collateral, no nothing. So now we got to start calling out what's really lame. What's really lame is running around as an old ass adult, grown ass man, twisting your fingers up, still thugging and banging and shooting at your own kind, and not having real estate, life insurance, or nothing that you can fall back on, even if whatever career you had in the beginning don't work. Because as a man, there's ups and downs with anything in life. And as a man, you should be ready for that down. And that's the true test of a man. A man who's up, get knocked down, and get his ass right back up again. That's a man. Anybody can ride high and never been battle tested. So let's bring real manhood back where we are not afraid to call out this stupidity. That's manhood. Stop hanging in groups and looking at niggas that hang in big groups as men. It's a bunch of afraid little boys hanging together. Ain't no money in no groups of men hanging together, just hanging out like little boys. If we ain't hanging at the golf course, if we ain't hanging somewhere to do some business, then nigga, I'm not hanging. I'm not hanging with you. I done turned up enough, nigga. I done bought overpriced liquor, and I done sat on the back of every couch damn near in the United States of America that was worth sitting in. I'm tired of paying overpriced liquor, pretending like we popping to have sex with some stinking funky footholes that don't like us anyway. And that's what we think we popping on because we sleep with a bunch of women. Them hoes sleep with everybody. So that's not a brag. The brag should be now who got the most real estate, who is doing the most business, who moving and shaking in the real world outside of the entertainment world. Because when they stop wanting you to entertain, you have no value. You saw it when the lights went off during the COVID pandemic. You have no value when there's no entertainment to be had. We got to get in those real industries that everybody need, the trash industry, the septic industry. There's more ways to get into plumbing than other than just dealing with shit. But I'm just saying, man, let's make it lame to only talk about violence against your own people. Let's make it lame. We got to reset what's lame and what's real. Because we ain't going to have no future if our young boys are learning this is what's real, spinning the block and switch cheese in your own people. If they keep learning this, we ain't going to have no block to stand on. And ain't nobody else going to want to be around you. They having conversations right now about that. They're having conversations about, do we even want to be around these people? While y'all acting like y'all got no situational awareness, when them folks get tired of feeling sorry and being tired, Boy, look at here. When you ain't got nobody else to call on, because you know the black folks that act like they're your leaders, to cancel somebody, they got to call somebody white to cancel you. So when white folks stop giving a damn and stop caring, boy, it's gonna be problems.